everybody? Welcome to the Whiskey Reaper channel, the one and only. I see you guys. Let me put up some things here, and we're going to start the show off. Ladies and gentlemen, if you comment in the comment box, I will see you.
You are now in tune to the midnight
first.
hour, making your soul quiver, your spine
Oh,
shiver.
damn! I see you.
And I'm about to put the sounds of the majestic.
Let me see. Aiden, I see you, Aiden.
Catch a player slide in the skylark gliding, dipping inside my hoop, you gonna running from sirens. I'm by my chips, never been up by no bitch, standing tall on my two own, server busted the drip. You ain't no factor, looking like just an actor. Painting pictures hanging up on my nuts, coming after. A player's waller, envious of a baller, whipping the bucket just like a foreign and popping collars. We got no money, but I want it. My chain, smoking Mary Jane. This be the game, bitch. I'm about my dollars, so keep all those every rain in the roof, man. It ain't a thing, dipping inside a lag. With diamonds all in my chain, smoking Mary Jane. This be the game, bitch. I'm about my dollars, so keep all of the fame. Yeah, when I die, bury me in my XCP. Baby said you wanna play it, then come play with me. Got a couple million sitting in my ACT, and I'm just about to reach a quarter century. What a life I live, 50 at the casino, I could use another night like this. Too many sodomites trying to suck up my energy. Your best friend always turned out to be your biggest enemy. We got no money, but I want it.
Shout out to the 305. Huge shout out to the 305. These boys are from the 305, baby. I see you, baby. Let me see Terry Smile. Huge shout out to Terry Smile. Huge shout out to Tim G. I see you, Aiden. I see you, Aiden. I see you, Aiden. And AM, I see you, AM.
Bitch, I'm about my dollars, so keep all those in the It ain't a thing, dipping inside a lag. Diamonds all in my chain, smoking Mary Jane. This be the game, bitch, I'm about my dollars, so keep all of the fame.
Shout out to the 305, shout out to the Miami boys. Hey, these guys, I'm gonna tell you, they're from Miami. Miami-Dade County, 305, baby, South Florida, you know what I'm talking about. I see you guys. Let's start the show off. Let's start the show off good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. If you haven't seen the show before, I'll tell you, this is not an average show. This is a show like no other. I do tell you that these shows are all come down to what I have to say today. And today, the stream. What does the stream title say on here? It says, The Whiskey Reaper transitions like a real honcho. I was going to put a little bit of a transition type thing to get you guys to clickbait type thing, but that I didn't want to attract the wrong audience, if you know what I mean. I didn't want to attract the wrong audience, and I think many of you already know I am pretty fucking transparent when it comes to everything that I do on the streams. By the way, this stream is not scripted. I will tell you anything that flows through my head is basically what I'm going to be talking about. So here we go. I will tell you. Let's see who the first super chatter is for the day. I know today's Sunday, very long day Sunday. For most people out here, I want to give a huge shout out to the rapper Ramirez. He is from the one and only. And also, there was another rapper in the song. They played poker with me, and they still actively, I believe both of them still play poker. One for sure. His name is Puya. He played poker out here in South Florida. And very many times I played with him. And, when you get into the poker table, it's a little bit, how can I say, you kind of change the tune of what you're probably, your personality. You tend to try to get into people's skin. There's a certain ethic, and there's a certain way you want to act in a poker table. It's just what it is. I think there's certain people that tend to talk a lot. There's a lot of people that like to go play and laugh. There's also people, professional poker players, that enjoy going to the tables and, enjoy making money off of people like you guys. People like you that they go out to have some fun, to enjoy yourself when you go play poker. And it all comes down to the way you talk in the tables, the way you look, what watch you're wearing, how you look, your presentation, if you're sloppy, if you have a lot of cash in your pocket, if you're taking out cash, everything comes into play. But I will say, shout out to the singers, because they are much of, they're down here. So I will tell you, let me start with the first. I do have somebody out here, and this is why I started off the show pouring larceny. Now, larceny, if you see it over here, let me show you guys. This is the larceny. Let me take off this. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button, please do that. Do me the favor. Hit the thumbs up button. It does help out a bunch. You don't understand how much it helps out. The algorithm really catches me on the live streams, and this is what I want for everybody in, the whiskey world, the fragrance world, and the wristwatch world. You could say the watch community. I see you guys. Let me make sure to take this banner off. Okay, over here. So here we go. Here is the larceny. You saw it here that I poured myself at the beginning. And that's what AM has said at the beginning. He said, with one of his, by the way, Terry Smiles, huge shout out to you. The last show, he sent the super chat, $10 super chat in the last show. And I won't forget it. I'll tell you, whenever you guys send super chats, I do remember. Light bulb last time, Mr. Jim T, I see you. And a couple other people. I believe AM was one of the ones that on my birthday he sent super chat, so I remember each and every one of you. So I'm going to answer this over here. Here he goes. Reaper, I opened the larceny barrel bourbon, 123 proof, for some of my friends. Our mouths were on fire. He says the first few sips were damn. I think I read that one good. I can tell you this is what I'm having now. And this is what I have to tell you. I do know for many rookies out here that don't know about bourbon whiskey or whiskey in general, what I do recommend many of you to do, as a matter of fact, let me move this. What I do recommend many of you to do, the one and only thing I really want you guys to know, whenever you pick up a whiskey, I will tell you, God damn, I got a super chat. Thank you so much. But I will be telling, let me finish this. I can tell you, for anybody that's new into whiskeys, do not use an ice. If you use an ice cube or rock, it's not going to help you out. The ice is going to dilute, and it's going to make your whiskey really taste like shit. Because at the end of the day, you're putting too much dilution in your, say you pay $150. So this is what I want each and every one of you to do. Whenever you do get a bourbon that's very high in proof, shake it around, let it sit around. What you can do is finally taste it if you like it. If it's too hot, now this is where you take out your water. You take out your water, and you know what? I'm doing this because I just finished working out, and I'm not going to take all this super high proof bourbon into, so what I do is I drop a good amount of water, and that tones down the proof. So this one is probably like 122 proof. I would just tone down a little bit. If I need some more toning down, all you have to do is add more water. remember, water is going to be the measurement of how you're just going to, basically, you're going to tone it down to the proof that you want so that you can enjoy whatever whiskey that you had bought that's maybe too high, too hot. If it's too hot, well, guess what? You just tone it down. So, AM, I hope I answered you this. And the first super chat of the day, zero, fuck Curly, $10 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, who's first? You're first, my friend. Now time me out. I need to walk my dog. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna let you guys, anybody in the room. As a matter of fact, I could do it myself, but he's telling me to time him out. Jesus Lord, anybody can time him out. Do it all. You know what? I'll tell you, Mr. GMT, time Curly. I don't usually touch any of the buttons. But I can tell you, it's an amazing experience to have some of you out here enjoying the show today. Today's in Miami, Florida. It is about, let me see, it's close to 5. It's 4:45. And for all of you that have been watching my show, I try to entertain you. There's no script on this. There's never a script. This is the one and only show that you'll get everything from me that's completely coming out of my head, raw. And, I will say, let me put this super chat on the side, because I do tell you guys, whenever you send a super chat, I will keep it on the board for a good amount of time. Let me put this aside. So anyways, let me start by saying, for all of you, there's going to be a transition that I'm going to be putting on here on my channel, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm here to tell you that I wanted to do some transition type word thumbnail bait, but I said, hell no. If I do that, you know how many people are going to click it and say, oh man, this man is so attractive. Let me just watch. I'm not trying to attract the wrong crowd, if you know what I mean. So, I made sure that you guys knew that at the end of the day, look, man, it's just hit me now, baby. Okay, fine. I do it. If nobody wants a timeout, Curly, let me put him on a little timeout, baby. Let's go. Okay, Curly, there you go. There's the timeout, baby. I see you. Let me see Tater Tom. I see you. He did say hit him up. I hit him up. Florida. Floral Notes, I see you. Ultimate Prime, I see you. Kanger 80, I see you. Ultimate Prime, let me see. Let me make sure we put this on here. Okay, so my transition that I'm going to be doing for you guys, I'm going to be adding more money, more poker, more stuff for you guys to be entertained. And ladies, I do know I have only about 11% of women that watch my channel. So if I had 50% of women watching my channel, guess what? Maybe I might start talking about, more perfumes, women perfumes and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of ladies that do play poker. There's a lot of men that enjoy money, anything that has to do with money, anything that has to do with high risk, very stressful stuff, cars, fast bikes. Men all like boxing, sports. Most of the men love fishing, hunting, gun ranges, guns, pistolas, music, everything. Food, steak, chicken, seafood, you name it. So everything that I do for you guys, I try to add it into my channel with all the whiskeys that I showed you guys. So I hope you guys understand that in the coming, I don't know how I'm going to format it, but in the coming weeks to come, I am officially going to start to add a little bit more money, a little bit more poker into my reels. So if you guys get impressed, that's all that matters. I want you guys to feel what I feel. I want you guys to be in my shoes when I'm doing some of these videos. I want you to feel that you're in my position, like if you're playing a video game. I want to make sure that all of you know that when it comes to my hand, I have very big hands, very attractive hands, supposedly, the ladies say. So I do tend to use it more, because it shows that, you know what, this guy's actually showing me shit. He's not showing his face. I don't want to see his face. Pretty boy, good looking, handsome stud. I don't want to see him. Here we go, stud over here. You see it. I might start doing merch. All the merch I will eventually do. I'm not here to grab any of your money. I'm here to grab all your attention right now. There's a lot of other YouTubers that concentrate on grabbing all of your money, merchandise, all of this. This is nothing I'm going to do right now. Right now, I'm building a crowd, and I'm building very much a format to entertain each and every one of you. So when it comes to the point that I get 10,000 subscribers, then I'll feel the need to put out all my merch, all the hats. You might see me on TV this year. This is going to be the plan. And, mentally, you have to be prepared of what you're going to do. Now, some of you that are watching, I understand you're not in this role. You're not in my shoes. So if you're not in my shoes, I really, all the advice you want to give me on Instagram, you're welcome to give me all the advice. But I will tell you on Instagram, I have a lot of messages and I don't tend to open them all. I have like 3 different files. There's the private, there's the general, and then there's the regular DMs. So if you want to reach out to me, I think you could go reaching out to me on Instagram. If I see that I know you, that you're here in the chat room, I'll probably open the message. Also, huge shout out to Adam K, Mr. GMT. I see you, Mr. GMT. And also, Tim G has something earlier. Tim G had asked, who is it that sings the intro? Well, it's Ramirez. You have to go Ramirez. And then the song name, I believe, is, if I remember correctly, the song name, let me see if I find it. The song name, let me see if I find it here. Okay, Tim G. The song name will be, I can't find the song name. I do know that it's Gold something. Let me see if I find it here. But you can go to Ramirez on YouTube. Ramirez, you could put hundreds, and that would be the album. I believe it's hundreds. If I remember, hundreds. You know what I'm talking about. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you that for all of you watching, let me take a sip out of this whiskey over here. Ultimate Prime says over here, 11% ain't bad. Well, it's as a matter of fact, I'm gonna wait. He says merch. Yeah, merch. I'm eventually gonna do that. Like 10 when I get to 10K subscribers, then I'll feel that it's okay. At the moment, I can tell you I have a lot of things going on, but let me explain to you a little bit of something. Okay, for all of you that comment, I do appreciate all the commentary, and I will leave this on here. What I want to say is today, the transition that I have for all of you. Okay, I'm going to start to do giveaways more often than ever. I'm going to try to do them once a month. I have to format it in a way because last week I was going to do, I think it was last week or the birthday week that I had, I was going to do a giveaway, but it wasn't a perfect time. So I'm going to probably do a giveaway once a month of something. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but I'm going to think about it. And also, I will say, the watch community, they have entertained me so much, watch community. When I'm out in the casinos, when I'm out playing, when I'm entertained and doing, things, I still tune into the watch community. Shout outs to JJ's Hangout. Shout outs to Watch Nicholas. Shout outs to Mr. Jim T. Shout outs to Curly. And also, shout outs to the Archieverse. If you don't know what the Archieverse is, Archie Luxury, you can go to Archie Luxury and you'll be able to understand all the personalities that come into the panel. Most of them have channels, some of them don't. And what I enjoy about Archie Luxury is that he is a host that doesn't mess around. He's a host that allows personality to hop on. And then there's a certain line that, people understand you can't cross. And this is what, this is what I like. When there's a certain line that gets crossed, that's when people start really attacking you. It's almost like if you're in a goddamn kennel full of wolves, and, sometimes you feel at home if you're a wolf. If you're a dog, if you're a lion, if you're a tiger, you feel at home when you're around people that understand what you're saying. Especially when people talk bad, talk about racism, or talk about ethnicities, talk about bad things, anything horrible. People really open their eyes and they bite you, man. I can tell you that Curly was one of the guys that I've seen recently stand up for a lot of things that he believes. And I do know that not everybody has to officially have a watch. I have a lot of watches. I've been wearing this one for the last 3 days, but I tend to rotate my my watches, depending on how I feel, depending on the mood I'm feeling. So I do know that I did a little bit of yoga, did a little bit of workout, and I like the strap that I have on this watch. That's why I'm wearing it. I've been wearing the rubber strap that I have at home of one of my other watches. But the problem with the rubber strap is, since I'm outside, I have a little bit of an opening there, and it gets the sun. And I get like a sun tan, and I get the marks. So I haven't been wearing that outside too much. So I've been good with this one. This was a Frank Sinatra automatic, very, very nice. Very, very much love the dials. I love dials, but I will also say, when it comes to fragrances, I am wearing this over here, Zohara fragrance. I really enjoy this one, and I've been telling you many times, I've been blending this with something else recently, and you guys been seeing me talk about this fragrance. I wear a fragrance every day. To me, okay, I don't have to wear a fragrance at all. I'm pretty masculine as it is. You know, I have a certain sense, supposedly the ladies tell me, whenever they have my sweater, whenever they smell my pillow, whenever they smell my shirt, that I leave the shirt or something, they always in my life have always told me you have a certain smell to yourself, and I really like it. I think all of you men know the experience. And ladies, Allie, hello Allie, also Allie over here, I think she knows the experience when it comes to that. I will say, let me make sure that I did this. Yeah, let me make sure over here. Okay, let me see. Allie says, what is the Reaper running out of his pie hole with today? Yeah, you see, nobody ever knows what I'm about to say. None of these shows are scripted. When I tell you that, like I do this last minute, I do it last minute. I put it up an hour before, and this is usually how I do it. Okay, this is always how I do it. When it comes to everything, I can really talk about anything. But today, okay, I'm going to fucking transition into the big-ass honcho that many of you don't know me as. I am very much a very well-known guy in the casinos, and I will tell you the reason why I use the words honcho is because I had a couple people call me that previously, and I said today, last minute, I said, what kind of title can I put? And I said, fuck it, I'm just going to put the honcho. And then I put it in the honcho, and that is the title. You see what I mean? I try to explain to you guys everything that goes down. There's no script here, but I can tell you, I'm going to tell you a couple things that happened to me yesterday. And for all of you watching, Curly also says, this is damn. He says, damn, first stream I have ever seen with no Dirt Diggler. I don't see you, Dirk. Which ghost name you have under, Dirk? I don't see you, Dirk. Well, Dirk is actually, usually he's watching. For some reason, Dirt Diggler, if we all can see Dirt Diggler, the big old Dirt Diggler, you know, I don't think I've ever said anything bad to him. He's only said bad things to me. And, you know, I will say there's a lot of characters that do end up coming into the show, coming out of the show, leaving, going, and that's okay. Remember, I am the host. I am the leader here. And I don't tend to ever talk anybody down unless they need it. But I do know one of the famous clips that you guys all seen with Dirt Diggler, one of the most memorable clips of the day. I remember, like if it was yesterday, we have it over
now
here.
we can see the giraffe.
All right, it's a nice.
Look, okay, whatever anybody thinks about Dirt Diggler, if he has been talking bad about me, so be it. You know, there's going to be a lot of people that are always going to, you know, flip the switch. Certain people are going to just flip. And that's okay. There's certain peer pressure that comes into being on the live streams. There's certain people that, you know, maybe Dirt Diggler enjoys being with the Tim Rice stream. All cool. At the end of the day, I have never said anything bad to him. I haven't said anything bad about anybody. I think I have been pretty transparent with everybody that has came onto this channel. And it's very hard to get under my skin. So, you know, Dirt Diggler, I wish you the best. I still think that you have a home everywhere you go. I don't know anything that they say bad about you because I haven't watched anything that people say bad stuff about you. But I do know that everybody has a different personality. And, you know, at the end of the day, I have to understand this. When it comes to, obviously, people talking bad about America. Yes, I'll talk down to them. I think you've seen that in the watch community. I don't need to regress and talk back and go backwards and say, this happened. I think we spoke about that in the streams before. But I can tell you that was one of the famous clips of Dirt Diggler. If you didn't see him raw, that was him. And you know what? He's a funny guy. Some days, obviously, not everybody's gonna be funny, but he used to be funny. And there's just, man, it's just crazy. I have learned from the live streams that there's people that really say, "Oh man, I love you, Reap. I love you," and then something happens that I just that's it. I back out of a certain show, and then I hate you, Reaper. You fucking boom, 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 all with the messages. You know what? It happens to small channels, and if it happens to me now, I'm well off that it happens to me now, because you know what, at the end of the day, it's always happened to me. When I used to play baseball, I used to strike out like fucking everybody. Everybody used to hate me. When I was playing poker, literally, I was playing poker 10 hours a day, every fucking day. Okay, 10 hours a day, every day. I would clock in about maybe 2 p.m. and maybe I would extend myself and leave around 3 a.m. Everybody would hate me. I'm talking about so much hate on me because I was just so fucking good, and at the end of the day, I have toned down my schedule because I have a channel now. So now my schedule isn't the huge 10-hour swings per day, sometimes even more hours per day, sometimes even the whole fucking day. But I change the schedules, and I think everybody out here, when it comes to you trying to start something, it's always good for you to understand it. It's always good to change schedule. At the end of the day, nobody's going to tell you otherwise. You are the one in charge of your schedule. If you have a eating regimen, if you have a diet, if you have a certain thing that you have to do throughout the day, that really is a big thing. To me right now, this channel is something that I'm trying to, bring a lot of subscribers on here. I don't know how to buy subscribers. I don't know how to do burner accounts. So at the end of the day, I think that's cheating, and I don't want to do any of that. So what I do is I do the most posts, the most entertaining things for you guys. And then hopefully we get to 10K. Right when I'm in 10K, I'm going to say, look, I don't care what anybody says. I'm confident enough to make, all the merch and do everything and finally put stuff out for you guys. I do know there's a lot of subscribers that want merch. They want my hat. They want the shirt that says the logo. It's all cool. I have that all lined up. No big deal. You don't have to worry. But I can tell you, yes. We have Aiden over here. He says, upvote. It does help out the show a bunch. Yes, I really do appreciate it. If you do all upvote, it would help me out. Over here, Allie's laughing. Curly, the super chatter of the day. Thank you so much. He says, what's up, Aiden? Offer for the Honcho. Please, first class act. I love being a free American. Then upvote. If you love being a free American, please upvote, because I do tell everybody, you don't have to, just because you're here, you could go anywhere you want. You could go to a food channel. You could go to a fishing channel. You can go to any channel. It doesn't bother me. I am here for the entertainment that you guys need. I'm here to lead the crowd. I'm here to lead the topic. And the topic of today was, I completely backed up from it. Let's go on to the story mode, which I wanted to bring up. Now, yesterday night, I went out with two of my girlfriends, and for all of you wondering, yes, my two stripper friends, two of them decided to come late. No big deal. I think it was 8:30. Finally, we ended up going to the casino, and at the casino, I can tell you that I said, you know what? These ladies, they have to play some slots. And there was a certain slot that okay, here we go. I'm going around the whole. Let me start by saying, casino slots are pretty horrible. Okay, casino slots are goddamn horrible. But there is a certain way you can win in the casino slots. Now, you guys are probably wondering, goddamn, I don't gamble. It's okay. You don't gamble. It's okay. It's not gambling when you really think about it as a game. If you think about a slot as a game, then it's a different thing. And if I can tell you there's a certain way to really do this, yes, you could call it gambling, yes. But mentally, you can't really say it's gambling. If you say it's gambling, your mentality is going to be different. Whenever you go into the casino, I'm going to tell everybody this right now. Whenever you go to the casino, there's going to be a certain mental advantage that you should have. If you have no advantage on a certain game, do not play it. I'm telling you this right now. If you have no knowledge into poker, do not play poker. If you have no knowledge on the slot you're playing, do not play the slot. If you have no knowledge at all of what you're doing, you're at a certain disadvantage, and that is horrible. Now, this stream is officially, I'm trying to transition everything into showing you guys maybe more poker and more everything for you guys to see money. But slots, mainly every slot has a certain chip. Okay, in these slots, there's a certain type of machine that you're playing. So I'm going to give you a good example. I tend to only play, and I never play slots. I never play slots ever. Never do I play slots. The only time I play slots is where I'm going to tell you right now. When it comes to the casino, there's bingo games. Now, you're probably wondering, are you talking about bingo? Like playing bingo? I'm not talking about that. There are certain slots that fall under the category of bingo. If you see the slots, when you walk in, sometimes they have numbers and they have a bingo card, or they have certain numbers on them that aren't related to anything but bingo. Okay, now those machines are usually the ones that pay. And I can also tell you, there's another strategy. The main strategy is what you need to look for is when you go to casino, if you're waiting around for the poker room, you want to play a slot, look for a bank that's ready to bust. And you guys are probably wondering, what is this guy talking about? This guy talking Chinese, for God's sakes. Am I talking Chinese? Maybe I am. But you know what? Let's go to one of the famous anchors that have part of the show. Shout out to DDLD. He went over there. Let's go.
What's your message to? Have you seen Donald Trump? Do you think he should step in?
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
Definitely. But look, okay, every pack of slots, they have a certain bank. What it means is, maybe there's 8 slots, maybe there's 20 slots. They're all going to be connected to one jackpot. Okay, it doesn't mean that these 20 or these 15 are going to be connected to a different bank. What I mean bank is a different jackpot. They're going to be all really dedicated to that one jackpot. So what happens is every game, every bingo slot game has a certain time to bust and just give you the jackpot. Now you have to know these things if you're not a regular at a casino, that you don't go often. You're not the fucking head of the honcho. You're not the honcho of all the honchos. Well, then you have to back up and say, you know what? Let me be the smart person. I'm not the honcho of this fucking casino. So let me just figure out what the Reaper said. The Reaper had told me that if I go to any casino and I don't know shit about nothing, all I have to do is look at a certain amount of slots that are all full. If I see a certain amount of slots that are all full and the jackpot is super high, I know for a fact that this is the jackpot that everybody knows is going to pay very soon. Maybe in the next couple of hours, maybe in this hour, maybe in 2 more, 3 more hours. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to the bingo slots, that's what happens. There's certain banks that have to pay out, and if they don't pay out, at the end of the day, it's going to be backed up. It's going to be bad. It's going to look bad. So what happens is that's exactly what happens. There's a lot of people that know this, and sometimes there's a lot of people that also play. They play with each other. What I mean, oh, Jesus Christ. Look, I'm not talking about that. For God's sakes.
Emotional damage.
They play with each other as friends. They monopolize. I think that's the word. They monopolize the games. Say there's 15 or 10. I'm going to give you a good example. There's 10 machines. They bring 5 friends, and 5 of those friends sit on a certain machine, a jackpot machine that they know is connected to that one bank. And what they will do, they'll just keep on trying to play for the jackpot. Once they win the jackpot, let's say it's I don't know, say it's 12K, say it's 8,000, whatever. Then they'll split it. That's usually how they do it. They do that a lot here in Florida. I'm pretty sure that anywhere that you go in different casinos throughout the United States, it does happen too. But this is only for the bingo type slots. I can tell you there's a certain generation of slot that it is, but it's mainly the bingo type slots. So yesterday, there's a little tip for you guys. So yesterday, I went to the casino with my two lady friends. We're having a fun time. We decided to drink a little bit because if you play poker, you do not drink. You never drink when you play poker and you're trying to make some money. And as a professional, like this is the most biggest thing. You do not drink when you play fucking poker. But when it comes to slots, you could drink all you want because at the end of the day, you can just click the button and that's all you have to do. All you have to do is think. That's all. Just a little thought and then you just click. So when it comes to the slot yesterday, went to one of the slots that I knew I was going to pay. As a matter of fact, the pay was for $2. You could get up to, I believe it was like $5,000. That is a very good pay. And the start of that bank was around $3,000. $3,000 or $2,000. I believe it was probably $2,500. So the bank is already getting close to, $4,500. So I already know that it's a good time to sit down. My two friends, they sat down. We were playing $2 a shot, obviously. I went through the first $20 like if it was cheese being fed to a rat. I went through the second $20 bill like if I was feeding, like if I was feeding a guy at a buffet that just walked out. The $20 kept on going from 20 to 10 to 25 to $10 and then to 30. And I said, Jesus Christ, take my money for God's sakes. But I know that there's going to be a certain time you have to have patience. Now, in this slot, all I had to do is a bingo. All I had to do is pick numbers. But it's not the fact of numbers. When it comes to certain machines that have patterns. Okay, certain machines have patterns. So what I did was played a pattern line, and then that's it. As a matter of fact, for all of you that saw the last show, Sammy, one of the guys that passed away recently that I knew, he told me in my dream 34 and 29. So what I did was I put a pattern around 34 and 29, and I started playing it. So as I'm playing, I'm starting to get the bonuses, all the bonuses. When the bonus starts coming, you know that you have to don't walk away. Okay, when there's a slot that's hot, it stays hot. There, for some reason, what happens is, say there's 10 machines, 5 machines on one side, 5 machines on the other side. There's a certain, because they're all connected to each other. There's a certain, the chip just goes around, okay? It goes around, start giving out bonuses, giving out money, because it has to evenly give out. When it finally sees that it usually stops. I think it's if I remember correctly, every 45 to 30 minutes, there's going to be one slot that's going to get a good amount of money so that it keeps that person there. So when it gets high, your slot machine, that means that you're not going to get up, okay? If you start getting bonuses, if you start getting fucking like money that's coming at you, do not get up. If anything, what you need to do is slow down. Don't click the button too fast. So I started slowing down, and as soon as I clicked it, mind you, the jackpot is at 4,500, right? 4,500, I have to get 9 numbers. Okay. Finally, it hit fucking 3 and then 4. Boom! I got a bonus. So that's $50. Okay, $50 times whatever it is. And then the bonus round that shows you volcanoes. I'm just giving you an example, okay, of the game that I'm playing. The bonus round gives you volcanoes. 1, 2, 3, you have to pick one, and then it multiplies that by 4. So all you have to do is click one, and if you get it by 4, that's 50 times 4, that's $200. And if I got one more number more, it would have been $250 times whatever the bonus is. If I would have clicked the 4, that would have been obviously 250 times 4. It's going to be $1,000 right there. Okay, so mind you, I'm only in $40. I ripped it up to $200 in that bonus round. And at the end of the day, this is where you have, this is where all the people, you have to understand, okay, if you are not good at a risk management, and when you're playing a certain game, if by any chance there's a jackpot that you know that there's not a lot of people around you, okay, all the seats are empty, and you just hit 200 and something, you get the fuck up, because you're not going to get the jackpot. I don't care what they say. Okay, you're just not going to get the jackpot. That machine is trying to get you because it hasn't had a customer in so long. So you get the hell up. But in this moment yesterday night, I had my two friends. They were sitting down and all the other seats were full. What does that mean? That means that this bank, these slots are super, super hot. Okay, I'm talking about like any minute the jackpot's going to hit. You never know, any minute. So this is the time where you have to figure out, is this the time that you take out the money and just back out, you walk away, or you keep on playing? Obviously, I'm only in for $40, and now I'm at 200 or something. I think $220. Obviously, I'm not gonna stop playing because the jackpot's there. So I keep on clicking it. Boom, we started hitting. The point of the matter is that I'm trying to show you guys that when it comes to slot machines, if you're going with friends, there's a certain you could say it's gambling. When you don't know what you're doing, it's gambling. Okay, the advantage that I had there was that I do know that bank was going to hit any moment. The other advantage I knew from that slot machine is that I knew everything. I knew that I didn't have to do random numbers. I just do patterns. If I do patterns, I know for a fact I already have an advantage knowing that the patterns is the way to do it. Also, on YouTube, you will not learn nothing on YouTube of certain machines. So if you go to a casino and you think, oh my God, the Honcho is going to, he inspired me to go to casinos. I'm going to be a fucking professional at anything. That's not the case. You can't be a professional slot machine fucking play. You can't be. You can only be, you can only have advantage. Just a little bit of advantage by knowing the machine itself. I have a $2 super chat for Swinging Kangaroo over here. He says over here with the $2 super chat, he says, I thought Reaper style is 3 times Martinique strategy. What you talking about? I can tell you, look, I can tell you this, Swinging Kangaroo. I couldn't do more than $2. The max of the bet was $2 to win that amount, and there wasn't any other slot machine. Oh, and also, now that you say that, Swinging Kangaroo, now that you say that, I can say that there's a certain way to lose money. If you go to the casino and you think just because you're paying $5, $50, $20 for a certain push, that you're going to win a certain prize fast, that's usually not the case. You have to know the machine you're playing. You have to know the certain jackpot is at a certain level. If a certain jackpot is resetted, if there's a certain reset on a certain jackpot, say for example, there's a machine that you walk into and it says $5,000, just flat, and nobody's around it, it means that somebody probably hit the jackpot and you do not want to sit on that machine. If you see a jackpot at 7,000, 10,000 even, and nobody's sitting on that slot machine, you walk away, because most likely last night or this morning, somebody hit the jackpot. Those are machines that you do not ever touch. Those are machines that random people, rookies and noobs, touch because they don't know what to do. They think they could touch any slot machine, just because the slot machine's there. You touch any slot machine. That's it. It's time to have some fun. That's usually not the case. But Swing Kangaroo, I hope I answered that one. I hope I answered it right. I'm gonna put it aside. I'm gonna put the super chat over here. Anybody wants to send a super chat, you're welcome to ask anything you want. I do have no script on this show. I'm just telling you what my experience was yesterday playing slots. Swing Kangaroo says three times strategy. Martini Gal is quickest way to go from hero to zero. You know what? It is. As a matter of fact, I know what he means by this. I completely understand what he means by this. For all of you watching, I want you to know, I think the biggest slot hit that I ever did was about, I think it was $55 or $50 per hit. I had hit a certain amount of bonus points at one point. I got $2,200. And then I ended up hitting the $50 a couple times. I moved it down to $25 hits, and that is it. I think I blew by. I think it was $325 and just a couple hits. But it does matter, because if I would have hit the bonus right there, it would have been $456,000 for that $50 hit. And then the other hit, which was $25 hit, would have been, I believe, $245,000. And what he says here is true. If you 3 times a certain thing, you could go fucking from fucking $1 million to zero in no time. But that is, that is what it is to be the fucking honcho of all honchos. You have to know what you're playing at the casinos. Just because there's a casino means you're going to lose doesn't always mean you're going to lose. As long as you have a slight little advantage of what you're playing, at least you're ahead. We have a lot of people that always come out to casinos and they play anything. They don't know what they're playing, but they're playing because they're having fun. I think for those people, I think it's awesome to see those people having fun. But at the end of the day, that's what the casino wants. The casino wants people like you that don't know squat shit. They want you to come in and say, "Oh man, this machine's amazing." And then like fucking 3 hours later, you're straight up saying, "Straight dookie in the house, man. I just lost $400,000. This is what the casino wants. They want to make money from the tourists, from the rookies, from the noobs, from the people that just want to have fun. At the end of the day, I see you, Swing Kangaroo, and anybody that comments, I see you guys too. But I can tell you, I only play slots, certain slot machines, when I know that there's a certain prize being fucking ready to be blown. And this is something that I want to maybe tell you guys, for all of you that aren't experienced with casinos. Yes, casinos could be horrible. Gambling could be horrible. But at the end of the day, if you restrict it to a certain, let me give you a good example. If you have a lady, if you have a woman, if you have a wife, if you have friends, and they're mature and they understand, when you go to a casino, you're gonna try to find a place to make money. If that's the way, well, you have to be very smart when it comes down to touching a machine. You can't just touch any machine. You have to really look at every jackpot in the casino. If you have to walk around the casino once and pick out your slot, do it. At the end of the day, I don't play slots. Again, I will tell you, I do not play slots. The only time I play slots is if the poker room is completely packed, or if I have to take a break of not playing poker, want to relax, enjoy the VIP, enjoy my time, enjoy smoking a cigar, enjoy having, maybe a drink or something. Sometimes it's a fun time. But I can tell you, if you think about it as a game, that's all that matters. But over here, let me make sure I didn't miss anything, because I do know a couple other people were asking a couple questions. And also, Las Vegas, you have to know that every casino, do not ever go to every casino early. If you go before noon, horrible time to go. If you want to make money at a casino, the best time for you to make money is 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., sometimes even 1 a.m. Those are usually the best time. It doesn't matter what casino. All throughout the world, I think it will be, I think it's pretty obvious. All throughout the world, if you go out and you go play any of these slots, or even a jackpot, if you play a table game, there's certain jackpots, for some reason, oddly enough, very late is when all the jackpots usually hit. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you guys a story about a bingo game. El Descents, he says, there are groups dedicated to hunting these machines all over Las Vegas. 100%. There's certain groups, and it's if I can say it's profitable, I would officially tell you here. I'm pretty transparent when I tell you, if I am not doing it myself, I can't speak of it. But I can tell you, I think there's a bunch of people in Las Vegas They move over there and they want to fucking do this. And okay, it works for them. It works for them. But I can tell you, for the poker players like me, we already know the routines because we're around all these slot machines. And at the end of the day, it's kind of like working at a museum. You work at a museum, you have no fucking clue of the museum you're at. You don't know about the Picasso painting, and then, a couple years go by, maybe that first year, you're like, shit, I know that Picasso painting. It costs $2.5 million, and that thing was made in 19-something, and I know everything that Picasso used to paint that. And that's when you know, because you're basically working at the damn fucking museum. So at the casino, if you're there at the casino all the time, it's just what it is. But yeah, there's a lot of people, just like Elderson says, there's a lot of people that really, really enjoy playing the slots. Now, you can do that by yourself. You could do it with your wife. You could do it with a couple friends. It's not illegal unless, obviously, it's illegal, obviously, if you win over and over again. There is none of that allowed in any casino. When they figure that out eventually, that you go back after like the fucking fifth time. They track your record. So that's when it gets, a little. But the first time, if you go the first time and you start counting cards, hey, nothing's going to happen. The only time you start getting under the radar is kind of like me. Like me, I was sports betting a lot, and I made so much money that they were watching me, and they banned me from all the properties because for some reason, they thought that I was cheating. And there's no way you can really cheat sports books unless you know somebody that's playing for the team, or if you know the coach, or if if you're into any of those bookie bullshit. I'm not gonna even say it, but I wasn't into that, and they banned me from the sports book at certain properties in Las Vegas, just because I was making huge bets. It's not normal for an average person to go in and make a bet that's like over $6,000 or $10,000 or $20,000. It's usually not normal for them. Usually what they want is for them. The best thing they want, the casino, the sports book, they want small timers. They want people that are betting $500, $200, $100. Maybe even $1,000 is okay. $1,000 bet is okay. But if it's too many all at once and you're winning, they really observe you. And this is in every casino in Las Vegas. But yeah, that's my experience with that. I don't know where I went on with that, but I can tell you, somebody had asked something. Swinging Kangaroo had asked something. He goes, we were asked to leave from the table at the Palace Station by the pit boss. Yes, sometimes it does happen. I can tell you, when it comes to this is where it gets fishy. When you start winning at a casino, the pit boss, the managers, everybody can get fired. Okay, their job is on the line. And it doesn't mean, Swinging Kangaroo, that you are professional. It doesn't mean that you are, it doesn't mean that you're, maybe whoever you want with is a super professional. You guys are playing with each other, playing as teams. It doesn't mean that. What happens is the pit boss has to look over certain tables. If there's a certain table that is winning a lot, they really observe you. So they're starting to watch you in the cameras. And as soon as you start making bets that are very, very odd. Okay, so if you go from, I'm going to give you a good example because maybe this is how you play. One of my friends, she goes from $5,000 to sometimes $10,000 to $25,000 in a certain baccarat game. Okay, if she, by any chance, starts going from $25,000 down to $10,000, $5,000, plays $5,000 for a little bit, loses the 5 G's, that she put into bet, and then she finally just picks up, and then she puts 25 G's over and over, and then she starts playing a certain pattern. If she starts playing a certain pattern, the cameras see you start winning, they're gonna know that you're doing something funny. And then what happens is, that's when they start calling everybody downstairs. They start calling you, and they're going to start to watch you. They're going to see that your patterns are going to be the same way. If you stay with the same patterns and you're starting to win a lot of money, that is when they'd have to tell you, hey, you might have to leave, because they're going to think that you're cheating. Sometimes that's usually what it is. Now, in the movies that you see, they make it a little bit, I want to watch a movie today. After this, I'm probably going to watch a movie, and later on I'm going to do what I have to do. But there's a certain movie, I think it's called 21. That movie 21, hey, it's a little bit, it's kind of a little bit dramatic. Okay, it's a little bit dramatic. Okay, but they will kick you out if you are making large amount of money. So if you, okay, I'm going to say this for Curly or for anybody that's watching right now. Okay, if you are making small bets, I'm talking about $5, $25, $50, $100 bets, hey, forget about it. Nothing's going to happen to you. Like you can count every day for the whole year. And if you're betting $5, $10, $20, and you're making profit throughout the year of maybe playing blackjack or certain table games, and you by any chance, you walk away every day with maybe 400, maybe 600, give or take at the end of the week, you round out everything that you made and you're still at profit, they're probably not going to tell you to leave. It's usually the players that really boost up the level on their betting. So when it comes to anybody that starts making 100 G's, 100,000, they come into the casino for the second time, and now they're making another $100,000. The second time, they're probably going to watch you even more, and they might even kick you out, maybe even the first time. Depends on how their house is at the moment. So the time that I got kicked out of the sports book was because they weren't doing good that week. Okay, so that week itself, that was the reason why I really got kicked out. If they would have had an amazing week in sports, in the sports book, when I was doing all my big bets in Las Vegas, they would have said, hey, we'll take your 6 G's. We'll take your 10K. We'll take your $20,000 bet. We'll take your $5,000 bet. No big deal. But when it comes to the sports book, there's a certain there's a certain weekly. If they go over that, they can all get fired. So this is what happens with you, Swing Kangaroo. It's just what happened. Over here, Swing Kangaroo says, I hit the roulette 8 times in a row. I played nickel. The whole table was just me and another old man were playing. Well, maybe they said there's something fishy here. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was the other old man. Maybe it wasn't just you. Maybe it was the other old man. Or maybe, just maybe, they wanted to fire some of the guys. They were actually, putting some of the stuff out. Maybe it was that. Maybe they just wanted you, to just leave the area because they wanted to do certain things. But I can tell you, there's different scenarios. I'm just telling you the scenarios that I know. Let me see what else I was going to say. So, yeah, yesterday at the casino, I did a fun time, had a fun time. I think the casino has a bad rep because people lose money. And if you cannot lose $20, that you can't rip up $20 in front of me right now, I can tell you the casino's not a place for you. But when it comes to poker, the poker game is a different game. It is about the same thing as chess. It is about the same thing as these live streams. It is about the same thing as, really knowing your opponent. You have to know the personality. You have to know kind of how he is. You have to know basically if he says that he's a doctor, if he says that he's a dentist, if he says that he's an engineer, if he says that he is what is the other word? Architect. If he says that he's very much a professional, if he brags in the table next to you or by you that he has a bunch of businesses, if he brags and says anything, this is a hot tip for each and every one of you. If he brags and says that he just sold his company worth $1 million. Well, you, my man, you just hit the jackpot. You are sitting in the perfect table where there's a goddamn whale in your table, and you should be the shark. There shouldn't be another fish except that man. And remember, if you're looking around, just like the movies say, if anybody's seen Rounders, if you're looking around and you don't see the fucking fish, maybe you are the fish. That is a special quote from one of the movies. I believe it's Rounders. But I can tell you, it's just what it is. So when it comes to live streams, live streams to me, hey, I feel at home sometimes when I'm in Archie's. I feel at home when I'm in the Archieverse, in the watch community. I feel at home. This is why I enjoy showing you my face. This is why I enjoy having the camera on, because I know that you're watching me when I'm on the panel. And I do know that there's a certain way that a certain dominant man, certain alpha male, there's a certain way that a confident man does it. And usually he's always looking at you. I've always looked at people in their eyes when they are talking. When I play poker, I do the same thing. When it comes to the point that, there's certain things you can see with a poker player when they're playing against you. You can see the way they're breathing. You can see sometimes you can see the side of their cheeks. You can see the side of their necks. You can see their pulse. You can see, you can see how they're twitching. If they're twitching a little bit, if they're touching themselves, usually it means they're stressed and they're trying to comfort themselves. There's certain things on the live streams that I notice. This is why I enjoy being in the chat room. Sometimes when I drop a little comment out there, just to get maybe to see what somebody says and they have the camera on, it's usually to see what they have to say. Because sometimes I know that they're watching the show, they're watching the chat room, and then I notice that sometimes they touch their nose, they touch their arms, they start shaking, and that's usually because there's somebody in the chat room that is bothering them. So when it comes to being a poker player, I did notice a lot of things with Oshin. I did notice a lot of things in the Timrai stream, yes. I do notice a lot of things, so it really helps me out too. And also, I will tell you, I am around a lot of men that they're pretty fucking intelligent. Most of these guys that I play with, man, they think of the most scummiest things to do. They think of the most dirtiest things possible just to make their money. And I think, I think whatever it is, when they play a game, if you're playing a game on a poker room with a certain amount of people, you should understand that there's going to be people that are going to get under your skin. Don't let them get under your skin, because then it's going to throw you off your game. When you're playing poker with a certain amount of people, you have to understand that that guy doesn't like the other guy. If you know that he doesn't like the other guy, maybe you might want to be in this hand, knowing, in fact, that that man is going to throw money into the pot to try to flex on the other guy. And little does he know that you are in the pot. That is what it is to be a shark in the table. There's a lot of other things that I can tell you guys. McLovin, I see you, McLovin. Watch Nicholas, I see you. Watch Nicholas, I see you. And then McLovin, I do tell you that that movie was a good movie. That was a good movie. But yeah, I wanted to do this stream because I wanted to be putting more content for you guys, for you men, because I do have only 15% women watching my channel. When it comes to the whiskey community, there isn't a big audience for the whiskey women. They usually on Instagram only. On Instagram, a lot of women really follow me. But when it comes to YouTube, it's a different ball game. They don't want to, for some reason, most of the women that I know in the whiskey community, they don't want to really be too much in the YouTube. It's too, there's too much stuff on YouTube that they just enjoy. The women enjoy gossip, from their channels, whatever channel that they watch. They don't like watching whiskey stuff. But I can tell you, we got a super chat in the house over here. McLovin with the 279 Canadian. He says, "You are a good dude, Reaper. Barbecue or bust." I can tell you, look, anybody out here can I think anybody can see my videos and be inspired. But I can tell you, I think barbecue all day, all day, barbecue and bust all day long. But I can tell you it's just great to see people enjoying the videos that I do. Most of the time, it's to inspire many of you. This is mostly my lifestyle. I enjoy everything that I post up for you guys. If there's a certain time that I don't enjoy it, I will stop doing some of the posts as often as I do. Well, let's get back into talking about, the main title of this. I'm going to try to transition into the Honcho. What does that mean? Look, I might even do a video of poker. Okay, I might even do a video of poker. There's a certain gentleman. There's a lot of people actually that follow me that play poker, professionals, and most of them have channels. The only thing I can tell you, I've been told before, why didn't you start a poker channel? And I can officially tell you, because if you start a poker channel, they're going to know how you play. And I'm not here to teach anybody how I play. I'm only here to guide people when it comes to poker. I can help them out, maybe a little bit, show you a little bit of tips. But for anybody to play like me, for God's sakes, that'll be the last thing I need. A twin me out there, a reaper out there that is like me, you know, attacking me on the tables. That would be the ultimate. That would be like, how can I say it? That would be like having a mirror, playing against a mirror. You know, I didn't want to ever start a poker channel, because then it comes to that point that, you know what? I want to be telling everybody my tips. I want to be telling all the people how I play. And at the end of the day, if I'm on TV, all the professionals have to do. This is what I used to do. When I would play against certain professionals, I would officially, and I know that Laura Connor plays poker professionally, but I'm pretty sure she never went down this rabbit hole before. When I would play against professional players, the only thing I would do, if I had 3 professional players on my table, I would officially look up every hand that they would play in the last 2 years. And if you think that's dirty, that's dirty. That's fucking dirty. Why? Because I'm a fucking Honcho. That's why. I have to do anything I have to do to get a little bit of advantage. So I would look up all the hands that they would play. If they would play the All-Star Caribbean games, the WSOP games, if they would play the WPT, anything. And it really benefited me a lot by doing this. And I think I always do this. So to do for the people that ever tell me, you should have done a poker channel. Well, there's a reason why. And let me give you a good example. I had a certain gentleman at one of the big, I think it was a WPT tournament that I was playing here in Florida. And this guy, literally, he made, I think it was like $8 million or something. His poker winnings or whatever, tournament winnings, $8 million. And in the WPT, I think he had, if I remember clearly, a couple million. So the WPT to him was huge. And if you guys don't know what that is, that's called the World Poker Tour. And look, let me just say this right now. Look, this is a whiskey channel, for God's sakes. I'm here to entertain some of you. If you guys are coming in thinking that I'm going to talk about whiskey, well, guess what? All the whiskeys that I show you guys, preferably, I would suggest you to get anything I show you guys. If I show you anything on this table or even anything on a video that I really try to show you, I think it's worth for you to look at. And for the price, I do post up the price on the videos, so make sure of that. But over here, McLovin, let me make sure that the thing's a little bit smaller. What was I saying? Okay, so the certain gentleman I was playing with, $1 million, you know, a couple $1 million. His name was Barry Hunter. I remember this. And I do know that there were certain hands that he would play all the time that he would just call every streak. If he was a button, if I was first to act and he was last to act, which that means if you are first, the deal looks, for the rookies, I'm talking for the rookies. If the dealer looks at you first and you're first to act, mean you're first to bet or to do whatever it is you want to do, that is usually what it's called to be first to act. I was always first to act in some of the hands because he was basically to the left of me. So I know that he would call everything. And there were certain hands that I would get into him would be the same thing. I would bet anything. He would call anything. And on the rivers, I would bet pretty hard and he would call it. So there was one hand I won't ever forget. I had literally pocket fives. If you guys don't know what pocket fives is, it's a pair in your hands. You don't have anything to play with on the board if there's anything over 6. So if the board is 6, 7, 9, 10, king, all of those cards can beat you. Literally, you can have anything on the board and you can beat me. So at this point, I had pocket fives. I won't ever forget. And for all of you wondering, I did do the same thing. And then the last river card that came in, I remember it was a high card. I think it was an ace. And I was hoping he had ace king. I was putting him on a straight draw or whatever. But the point of the matter is that I knew for the fact from all the film that I did on YouTube that he would call anything. But I had to make sure that it was a good enough bet that he didn't repop me and go all in, because then at this point, if he goes all in, I'm fucked. So I had pocket fives in this WPT, pretty good tournament, and I bet pretty big, and he fucking, I won't ever forget this. This man literally said, tss, like that. I said, shoo, this guy is about to call me, and I'm about to be scramboozled. So this guy just scrambling. When you know a player is in a bad position, he's usually moving around scrambling. And as this is the worst part about it, when he was scrambling, the water cash that came out of his pocket was about 10K that just rolled out of his fucking pocket onto the floor. Okay, I won't forget this. There was a girl that was sitting next to him, was helping him pick up the $100 bills. He had so much money and rolls in his pocket. He's a professional poker player that this man, all he does is play tournaments because cash games to him is pointless. So, mind you, it's on the floor. He's already stressed out. At this point, I'm thinking, I'm good. There's no way he's going to call me. And if he calls me, he's fucked. He's completely screwed. And in this WPT, if you calling over and over again and you get short stacked, it's going to be horrible for you because there's a lot of professionals in the table. And sometimes if you get a whole table full of professionals, you'll be, to get money out of a professional is pretty fucking hard. So he finally called. I showed my fucking pocket fives and he had, I believe he had king high. Okay, he had king high. He had the balls to call me with a king high, thinking that I missed. So, you know, it's sometimes good to not have, it's sometimes good to not have a poker YouTube, because then I just show everybody how I'm playing it. I don't think that's what I want on here. McLovin says Laura Connor is a professional poker player, and she's in the chat room. Yes, I do know Laura Connor. She is a professional poker player. She was playing recently one of the tournaments. You know, I gave her a good look. Hopefully, she did cash one of those tournaments. But I can tell you, for each and every one of you watching, I know many people are going to rewatch this tomorrow, and I forget to drop in the link over here. Let me make sure I drop in the link, because I always forget to drop the link in here. I usually drop it after, actually. I usually drop it after I talk, and then let me see if I put it over here. Let me take a sip out of this. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I want to do on here on my platform over here. Now, I will tell you that I can't tell you guys a place to look at tips for slot machines in the casinos. I don't know any of them. I have no idea where you can learn that. I think the only way for you to learn a certain slot machine is for you to go out and see, you know, how the people are playing, you know. I don't suggest you to hang around too close with certain players. Just, you know, if you see a slot machine over there, just look from far away. Sometimes it is bad luck to be around a certain amount of people. It's a bad look. But I can tell you, I think you all enjoyed the show today. I wasn't planning on doing too much of a big show, but I can also tell you, I think there's a lot of men that would enjoy me putting a little bit of poker into my video reels. I will tell you that later on today, if any of you are not watching JJ's hangout, go watch it later on today. I believe it's going to be 8 p.m. around 8 p.m. I'll be watching 100%. I'm probably going to be out, but I can tell you I'll be watching 100%. We have one of the gentlemen over here that's going to be on the channel, Curly. And if you don't know Curly already, you'll see him probably today. This is Curly. He was on this I think every Watch Nicholas stream in the past couple days. If you haven't followed Watch Nicholas, go follow him now. Would be great for you, because I'm usually in the chat room and it's a fun time over there. But I can tell you, JJ's hangout is going to be today in the watch community. That's where I'm going to be hanging out, in the chat room. And if I can, on my phone, if I can connect to a certain a Wi-Fi or internet at the casino that's good, I might even drop in just a little bit. But I can tell you, there's no official, I'm not 100% that I'd be able to, because there's horrible reception in the casinos when it comes to that. Over here, Ali says, I never gamble. You know, gambling, there's a certain meaning to gambling. I think gambling is just, you know, you're putting luck into the money. Yes, when you play slots, I can't officially say that I gamble. Okay, when I play the slot, I know that I have a certain advantage. If I have a certain advantage, I can't really say I'm gambling. Now, if I can say to you that I'm going to put in, if I'm going to go all and play poker and I go all in blind a couple times, that to me is gambling. If I know that I have no advantage in a certain game, that to me is gambling. But I am different than many of you. You can call it whatever it is, gambling. Yes, you can call it gambling. But there is no way you'll ever see me touch a slot machine at a casino if I don't know what it's all about. Because that's just how it is. Allie over here, she says, do I do drinking whiskey and sometimes, but I do drink whiskey and sometimes I smoke a cigar. Now that I know how to do properly. Yes, if you do that properly, that is definitely the way to do it. But it's the same concept. I think if you go, it doesn't matter what casino, you could go to any casino in the world and you play a slot that you have no idea what you're gambling. You're completely gambling. I can't tell you that there's ever instructions on a certain game. There's instructions if you click it, but I never read it. You just have to kind of know how to play it by the way the people are playing. I don't have any website to show you guys. I don't have any tips of books that I can aim you guys all to. All it is for you all to go out there and maybe have a fun time. $20, not going to kill you. $10, not going to kill you. You could do 50 cents a shot. You can play $100 in a slot machine, do $5 a shot. That'll be good. You can put a $50 bill in there and do $1 shot if there's a good jackpot on it, And I think many people underestimate that it's sometimes fun to play. I do know that when it comes to the old folks, they all enjoy having fun. Most of the time, I feel like the fun they get when they play the slot machines, because I've seen many older folks in certain casinos. I mean, I'm talking about like retirees, very old. There's a lot of people in Key West that tend to drive up to all the casinos. They retire, they go to Key West, they retire there beautifully. And at the end of the day, what they do is they just drive up to the casinos. The nearest casinos, they go up to the Hard Rock. They go up to the other Hard Rock. Sometimes they stay at the Tampa Hard Rock. Beautiful casino, the Tampa Hard Rock. And then they go to the Isles. There's a couple other casinos in Florida. If you go up north, there's a lot of other casinos. All of these retirees, they enjoy the sound. They enjoy playing the video game that they know as the slot machine. And yes, you could say, I think, at that point, they're gambling, because they're just going to have fun. They don't really care to win money, but when they win money, they feel good, and it's a good feeling for them. But for the casinos want tourists, and they want rookies. I don't think they want anybody that's knowledgeable about their machines. But they do have to put they have to put the guidelines there. I think there's a certain button you can press on every machine that shows you how to play, and I believe there's a certain button that can tell you also the percentages that it is for you to win certain jackpots and certain amount of money. But I'm not here to motivate anybody to go. I don't want all of you to go out to the casino today. I'm just telling you from my experience, and also I'm telling you from also the story of yesterday, because yesterday I was at the casino, and I had to say something on this show, and since I had that in my head, I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna tell you guys. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we have hit the 1 hour and 20 minute mark right now, and I did enjoy all the people that sent me super chats. I really appreciate it, really do. Curly also, he started a super chat. And I'm gonna make sure that everybody knows that Curly always supports anybody that's real. I have noticed this. Mr. GMT and Mr. GMT just amazing. And the watch Nicholas. If you haven't followed his channel, go follow him. He is one of the best watch channels that really tunes you into a lot of good. Very good. Let me see if he's on here. I think he was somewhere here. If I remember clearly, he was somewhere here. Let me see. Anyways, watch Nicholas. He's one of the guys that I think everybody should watch his channel. He has an amazing show. And for all of you watching, there he is. Watch Nicholas. If you can, follow him. He has 2 channels for the meantime. And if you want to tune into any of the shows over there, you can tune into it. You understand some of the drama, some of the news, and some of the things that nobody says. There's a lot of people that in the watch community that put stuff under the rug. And watch Nicholas and Curly. They make sure that none of that goes into the rug. They make sure that everybody knows what just happened. And that's why I tune into this show, because they're two amazing dudes doing a great stream, usually for hours and hours and hours. But at the end of the day, it tunes people in like me that has no idea what happened in the last couple hours of the stream, because there's a lot of different characters over there. And I just appreciate them. They always do a hell of a job on the streams. Edgar Romeo, I see you, Edgar Romeo. And also I will say, Edgar Romeo, I see you. Today's fragrance of the day, for all of you to know, I think I did say this earlier, but I'm going to repeat it again, because I do know a lot of fragrance people are watching. Zaharoff. This is what I'm wearing today. I actually sprayed not too many sprays of this. Today, I actually sprayed 2 sprays of this. And I did blend it with a lot of the other blend that I have, which I think many of you know, Triple X by Zaharoff. I blend them, so I have more of a, it's like a masculine rose. Very, very much of a musky. You have more musk in there, and I did blend it in with this one. Anuj over here, Anuj Patel with the $13.99 super chat says, Reaper is the way. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Amazing. And also, I will say, please, if you can, okay, Anuj and everybody, I want you guys to know there's a certain watch, because I enjoy watches. You see my watch? I wear a bunch of watches throughout the week. I have about like 11, I think 11 watches. I remember last time I said 10, but I think it was 11. I forgot to add in the other watch that I didn't have in my watch box, but I can tell you I enjoy the dials on watches. And Curly over there, if you see him, that he's over here in the chat room. He's going to be on JJ's, okay? JJ's Watch Hangout. And I want all of you to know, I'm going to drop the link in here for anybody to see, because I'm not good at doing this, but I will do this here. If you can, follow and watch the show today, because Curly is going to be showing his watch. And the watch he's going to be showing is one of the watches that I'm probably going to add to my collection very soon. Let me drop his link here. This is JJ's Hangout. This is where Curly's going to be showing his watch. I really enjoy this watch. If he officially has the blue dial watch that I think he got, I think it's amazing. I want all of you to know that, watches are amazing, and I just want you guys to experience what I experience when I wake up. I always wear a watch every day. I never look at my phone. Everybody says, why you wear a watch when you have a phone? Because I don't have the phone on me all the time. And when I'm doing certain routines, I look at my wrist and I know that I have 5 minutes left or 10 minutes left, 20 minutes left. If I'm doing certain things throughout the day, I'm not going to have my fucking phone right on my hand. So throughout my life, I've always worn a watch. When I was a kid, the first watch I ever got was Timex. That was the first watch I've ever had in my life, a Timex. And then after that, I ended up getting other watches when I was a kid, plastics. And I never liked the plastic one, so I enjoyed anything that was just nice and comfortable. And I don't resell watches. So, some of the people over there say in the watch community, resell this, buy this for an investment. I have one Rolex, and if I eventually want to buy another Rolex, I will. But my one Rolex is good enough for right now. And I think whenever I do get the chance to see any watches, in front of me that I know that I want to get, because I can't get a Pepsi. There's no way. There's no place that has a Pepsi that will sell me a Pepsi for retail. There's nobody that has a Hulk. Nobody that out here that's going to have the root beer. There's just certain watches that I want that I won't be able to get for retail. But if I ever see them in front of me for retail, I obviously will buy them. But I want all of you to know there's a lot of good channels out there. And let me drop the link over here of Watch Nicholas. Watch Nicholas is one of the other streamers that I was speaking about earlier. I can tell you can learn a little bit of drama, what was going on with certain watch channels. Let me see if I put it over here. This is Watch Nicholas's channel, and I enjoy the show because I'm either on the panel or sometimes I will be in the chat room. And I enjoy this show also. I believe he has 2 channels, but I think the next time he goes live, I think he will be going live next time on the other channel, which is a lot smaller. But you guys will completely laugh. And there is a song over there that's very catchy. There's a song that's called Baby Cow. Yes, you guys might think this is a Disney song, but it's not a Disney song. As a matter of fact, one of my stripper friends, she starts singing it. And now every time they see me, they sing the Baby Cow song. It's an amazing song, very much of a Disney type vibe, but very cute, very nice, and it's trendy, very trendy. And the ladies love that song. They always say Baby Cow. But you can watch Nicholas, and I think many of you already know Archie Luxuries channel. But over here, Ali had said something. Did Reaper ever bother cooking today? Holy shit, you got me there. I have not cooked anything today. Sunday is like one of my fast days. And since later I'm probably going to do some things, I'm not going to be home. I'm probably going to go do something. And I tend to fast. I tend to fast Sundays. But I can tell you, Ali, one thing I can tell you is that most likely I will be buying Chinese food today with a spring roll. Yeah, you heard it right. I might be drinking it with a spring roll. When I say drinking it, I might be eating it with a spring roll. Because yesterday somebody has, I think it was Watch Nicholas. Watch Nicholas said something about Costco spring roll. Are you serious? Look, if anybody says spring roll and says where they got it from, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm either going to laugh or I laughed at that. He said Costco. Jesus.
Emotional, damn it!
Costco, man, I can only say bad things about Costco because I always try to go in there, and certain friends of mine that gave me the card, I would go in there to buy filet mignon or to buy anything like steak-wise. When I went the last 2 times, the filet mignon was $95 for 3 pieces. Okay, this is Costco. When I went the second time, I went in there to try to get a T-bone steak, or was trying to get, what was the other steak that I was trying to get? Ribeye. The ribeye, they were 3-pack, all 3. Fuck. I looked and I said, this can't be. This can't be. Is this Wagyu? What is this? So I looked at the price, $75. Are you shitting me right now? And then after I saw the food, the steak in my hand, I said, Anuj, I wonder if these prices are over there in Canada. Because at the end of the day, look, I looked around, I started looking at everybody. Everybody started putting a bunch of stuff in their car. I said, yo, I could have sworn Costco is a place that you pay and you get a discount. What the hell is this? Straight dookie in the house. $75 for 3 pieces of ribeyes? Hell nah, boy. Hell nah. So I ended up leaving Costco, and I went to where I go. Where I go is BJ's. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not saying anything. Okay, BJ's is a wholesale place. Okay, don't think of what I just said. No, I have a membership at BJ's Wholesale Club. Okay, it's almost like a Sam's Club, but it's BJ's. Now, BJ's, the ribeye there is about $44 a ribeye for 3 pieces of ribeye, for God's sakes. Sometimes it's even $34 for 3 pieces of ribeyes. You know, I see you, Melissa Villanueva. Anuj over here says, also Tim G. I see you, Tim G. Captain Blimp, I see you. I see you, man. Let's see. Anuj says something. Now, this is the point that I can't. You see the sun hitting me? This is the point that sometimes I have a hard time seeing the board unless it's a super chat. I tell you this right now. It's a very hard thing. I wish I could highlight the comments so there's a different color. But usually the super chats are the main ones I could usually see. So I'm telling you this right now. The sun is blazing, coming out of my ass, and I cannot see many things. So I'm going to try to read this. I hope I can read it accordingly. Anuj over here says, shout outs. Let me make sure my hat is here. He says over here, I can't see. Shout outs to Loaded Nachos. Let me see. Fuck, I can't see shit. Let me see. Okay, Anush says over here, shout outs. Let me see. Fuck's sakes. I can't see shit. I cannot see shit right now. This is what happens. I wish I could change the colors, but the only times I change the colors is when it's a super chat. They change. Let me see if I can see. I can't see shit. Okay, shout outs too. Let me make sure I can see something. I can't see shit. Wow, what a monumental moment right now. And one moment that I have to be able to read. One of the men out here, Anuj, that's in the super chat earlier. I'm trying to highlight his comments. Anuj. Let me see if I see it officially. Okay, he says, shout outs to fuck. Over here, Ali says, with the $4.99, Anuj, she says. She goes, not a true hockey fan. Oh, God damn. Hey, that one hurt me. Holy shit, to tell a Canadian. Let me make sure. To tell a Canadian. He's not, you know what? We actually have somebody out here. I'm going to put him on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you the one and only Swinging Kangaroo. Welcome to the show.
Hey, man. What's up?
What's up? How's it going?
All right. No, not much. Just finishing work, and that's it.
Hey, so tell me what happened at the casino. Something happened to you at the casino?
Oh, no. It was a couple years back, and we went to Vegas, and then there's an oyster bar that we always go to. And it was at the Palace Station Oyster Bar. And, they used to take the queues. They don't take reservation, first come, first serve kind of thing. Yeah. So and then the next table we available is like an hour from when we get there. So we're going to have to do something to kill the time. And next to the bar, like not far, is like right there is the roulette table. And roulette at that time was the only game that I know how to play because I don't go to casino much. I just go with friends and just put money and then just have fun with friends, those kind of things. It's not like I'm going in there and with the mind of I will walk out with some money. I just go in there, hang out with friends, have a good time, and then go home. That's it, And so we were there sitting, playing roulette, and so I hit 8 spin in a row, and between 8 spin, they changed the dealer, and then like 2-3 times, different ones comes in, and the boss was like, come to the table looking. They see they look at you, how you place the bet and stuff. And per spin on average is about like $300-400, and because I play nickel and I put like $30 a number, and when it hits, and then the payout is kind of high to them. And when you do that 8 times, and then they try different tactics, right? They decrease the time of you when you have to place all of the the numbers on the board. I don't even go in full. They just cut me out short. So I was like, okay, whatever. And then the next spin, then the guy looked at me and then kind of like nodding, and I was like, okay, I will color up. And then he said to me, yeah, good idea. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, so he was giving you the nub. He said, hey, good idea.
Yeah.
Like basically.
I mean, we did not win like 5 figure, It was like a few thousand, but in 8 spin, they're kind of like odd or something, because that rarely happens. Because you never know the ball will drop into the ball, which number. It was so random, right?
Yeah, and for the people watching, 8 times. You know how hard that is? That is very, very hard, but it's possible.
But I put quite a few numbers like scattered around, and and then that was it. And so we were there like almost an hour after that. So I walked into then we go eat and stuff, and then we leave.
Damn.
Yeah. But the next day go to Caesar, is 200-300 gone in a couple of spins, same game, different place. It just that. But if you go there, if you go there just to have fun, and you can afford to lose those money.
Wait, what time did you end up? When did you play? Was it at night?
Yeah, it was at night. It was 8 p.m. because the dinner was at 9. So I started playing at around 8 p.m. over there. And there's an old man, a gentleman next to me. He was keep tracking. He has a paper to write down. Which number hit the most. And I look at, oh, okay, that's cool. In my head, I was like, that's not gonna do anything.
Damn, he was writing stuff down.
Yeah, and then he told me, yeah, this number is the never hit before, and so I put it there. He was like, why? He's like, you never know, right? So what else did you keep track? So he told me which number.
Did it hit?
It's there was one number that because he told me he was there for like a couple hours already, right? And so he keep track. And in between a couple hours, one particular number never comes up before, right? So I keep placing on that number, And then when it come, he was kind of like, he was more energetic than we were, okay?
No, man.
The guy was
he was more happy that you guys were winning all of this, and he was barely winning.
Yeah, and then he was sitting, and then he was and stuff.
Damn.
Yep.
Hey, but that's a good story. That's a good story because it shows that there's different people that sit next to you, different people that you're going to be around, and positive. You got positive vibes from this guy, when you're playing.
Yeah, and at the end, it's that we had fun, and then that's all it matters really. Yeah. And so what is nice that you walk out with a plus. Yes, it was nice, but it's not like the main goal before you walk in. When you put the level of the stress, when you walk in, it's like you're more likely to lose because the game designed it for you to have fun.
Usually,
in the cost of your bankroll,
Yeah, and this goes with the people, because that is, that right there, that is gambling, what he's talking about. You're really taking it to the luck. There's a certain percentage that it hasn't hit, the number hasn't hit, and yes, you can take advantage of that. And a lot of people do with baccarat. The baccarat, same thing. There's certain things on the screen that's going to tell you, and I can tell you that a lot of people use that, and it helps you out. But at the end of the day, sometimes some of these games, are, if you don't know what you're doing and you just want to have fun, then it gets to be like, I don't know how to play this. Let me just put it right here. Let me put it on red.
Yeah.
Let me put it on black.
No, that's me. When I first time I walked into the crab table, right? And I was like, why 15 people hovering this game, right? And I have no idea, right? So I walk in there, like find a spot, and then they look at me like, "Oh, you wanna play?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." Right?
Yeah, they look at
So
you because they're like, oh man, this guy have bad vibe. Like this guy gonna make us all lose. You know, that's why they
pretty
look at
much,
you too.
and then I don't even know where to place the bet. Look at the board, so confusing. So I just like place whatever my next guy do, you know. I was like, okay, I just put it there, and then oh, and then they start rolling the dice, and then they go by turn, right? And then
Yeah.
they push the dice to me, and then I was like, oh shit.
Damn.
So
I
I
was,
grab it.
uh-huh.
So I grab it. So I roll, and it come out 3, and everybody start like, you can see the reaction, right? It's like damn, because they put on the pass line.
They wanted to get you. They wanted to get the dice. You know,
And then
there was a.
and
I
then
think there's a
yeah.
point when the dice roller, if he's super hot, if you would have been super hot at rolling the dice and winning everybody, look, nobody wants you to give up. You know, they want you to keep on
right,
spinning.
exactly. Yep.
And
yep.
yeah, that's why they look at you when you come up to the table like, oh man, is this guy gonna make us lose every round? You know,
Yeah.
but yeah, man. That's,
So yeah, I just play as like, I just play with to maybe like learn and see and a bit. So I just like $100 in there and just like do what the next guy do and stuff, but nothing serious. And so I just throwing the dice, and then first time it didn't hit all the way, though it didn't count. I had to do it again. Second time it flew off the table, and then
oh, don't tell me it flew off. That's horrible, man. Everybody must have looked at you like, damn.
yeah, and then once you get the the Camaro and stuff and this and that, people start like cheering, and then the energy level is so high, and then they keep doubling down on their best, right? And then my last row before I left the table, right? People just like, and I see a lot of stack and a lot of chips on the table. I throw, and the 7 comes out, and everybody just like, damn.
Damn. Shoot. Like
Yep.
it's
And then I was
crazy.
just like, thank you so much, give the tip. And they just like, I told my wife, walk fast, walk fast, walk fast.
Shit. Because somebody gonna say something bad to you. You know, I think that's funny. That's a funny story, man. Because some people don't have the balls. You know, some people they're like, no, I don't wanna roll. You could roll. You know, and there's other people that are like, you know, I'm just gonna watch, and they usually screaming. And the worst out of everything is when in Vegas, if you're playing and you have a certain random person show up, and that random person is fucking making everybody lose, but the guy's not playing, he's not rolling, he doesn't know nobody there, he just shows up, everybody looks at the guy. I've seen it many times, and it's horrible to say to somebody, hey man, can you get out of the way because you're making us lose, you know? But it happens in everything. Even when I'm playing poker, sometimes there's a certain crowd, like maybe 2 or 3 people that want to watch me play and back of me. You know, sometimes it's like, shit. Like, I don't want to be rude to turn around and tell them because, you know, at the end of the day, they don't understand that, you know, it's a little bit superstitious, you know, when you turn around and say, you know, can you guys get out of the way because I'm losing. But for a poker player and many other players that play with their own money, that's what it feels like. It's a superstitious feeling when you have a certain person around you that you're losing all the time. Sometimes you want to tell them, you know, hey, is there any way you could walk away, like maybe walk to a little bit, you know? They don't understand, you know, and it just comes out rude. But I do know that every game, I think even slots, the same thing happens. But yeah, man, Swing Kangaroo, hey, thank you so much for being part of the show. I'm gonna end the show now because I do know that I'm getting close to 2-hour mark. I do know that
I think I actually start at 7 because of the time change.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, because like yep.
are you
Because
sure?
he start. Yeah, it says 7 o'clock.
Archie, let me see. I don't even know. Let me see this here. I do know that JJ's hangout's going to be later. Yeah, it does say
at
7
9.
o'clock. You right.
Yep.
You're right. You
Yeah,
are
because of
100%
time.
right.
And then when the time change, when your watch has a date, right? You got to change it 1
Yes.
hour.
Yes, I'm going to give a shout out over here to Chili Badger. I see you, Chili Badger. He says over here, hello, Reaper. I see you all. He's from the UK, man. That's what he says. Anuj also, big shout out to Anuj. He gave a super chat earlier. Anuj is in Canada, and I do know he's into hockey. I enjoy hockey a lot. And I can tell you, Ali's from the fragrance community. Melissa Villanueva's from the fragrance community, and they're awesome. I'm glad that everybody sees each other here because everybody gets to understand. Everybody's a YouTuber. Most of the time, most of these people are YouTubers, or they're like you. They don't have a channel, but they enjoy channels like Archie Luxury, JJ Hangout, Watch Nicholas, and you're here, you enjoy the show, and hopefully if we ever see anybody that we enjoy their show, we can support them also. But yeah, you said it's snowing by you or no?
Me?
Yeah, is it snowing by you?
Yeah. Last night it was snowing a little bit, and this morning they'll melt down. But yeah, I think it's like last snow of the season, hopefully.
Damn. So you wish that you had the
Yeah,
sun
yeah.
that I have. You wish it was sunny. It was no snow.
Look.
You could barbecue.
Look, every time it's sunny outside and it's 50 degrees and up,
Yeah.
you see the folks here just put on like t-shirt, shorts, and sandals, start walking around outside, and people start looking at us like too crazy.
Nah, that's crazy, man. 50-50. That's crazy.
Like 50, 55 with the sun. No, with the sun it's like 60.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
it's
but
not-
if
it's
you have a
It's
breeze,
not that bad.
yeah, but if you have a breeze, oh my God! If you have a breeze in the 50s, your ears get cold. Horrible feeling. I know at night it's the worst. In Vegas, I won't forget this. In Vegas, I was outside walking out of a casino, and I saw a guy with literally no shirt. He was jogging, small shorts, and it was so cold that my ears were they were about to fall off. It was so cold in Vegas. And this man was jogging in shorts. I hope that you don't have ever that experience that you want to jog over there in the 50s swinging kangaroo.
No, 50, 60, they're good. I mean, but
Damn.
for my liking is that, like a light jacket, anything light from like below 50 to 40. Anything below 40, then I put winter coat. Anything
Damn.
below freezing, then I put a down jacket on.
Damn.
And-
Allie over here says Reaper needs earmuffs. I do. When it comes to super cold, I can't stand that feeling, especially if I don't have the right pair of jeans. Oh boy, that's a horrible feeling. Chili Badger over here says I need some palm trees and good vibes. The UK is a bit misty and cold at the moment. You know what, Chili Badger? I can tell you when I watch. I think it's the Peaky Blinders. When I watched most of the Peaky Blinders the first season, I would remember that, you know what, just that misty feeling. I can only imagine over there how it is over there where you're at, Chili Badger. But yeah, I think this show has been really good, and I can't believe it's 6:21 over here on my end. It's insane. What time is it over there by you?
Right now it's 6:22.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're in the same.
Yeah, we're in the same time zone.
Yeah, we're in the same
Yep.
time zone.
Yeah, I mean, I on the same year that the roulette table event happened. So we went over to. It was in December. So we went over to Grand Canyon, and so we camped over there, right up there in Grand Canyon. We stay overnight, and my wife and her friend was like, "Yeah, let's go camping in Grand Canyon." So I was like, "Yes, finally, you guys like camping because I like camping, right?" So I go to the camping gear store, and she was like, "Why are we here?" I was like, "Well, we're gonna buy some camping gear, this and that." She was like, "For what? Grand Canyon?" And she said, "No. What do you mean? No, we're gonna make tent, we're gonna make barbecue, make fires, we're gonna need this and that." And she's like, "No, this is not camping." I was like, "What do you mean?" "Well, they have a resort up there, right?" "Yes." So we're just gonna stay there. I was like, no, that's not camping. That's just hotel.
Man.
That
Damn.
sucks. But it was snow up there in Grand Canyon. And it was so cold. And we had to get up at like 5:30 to go see sunrise. The wind blows up at the cliff. It just, your tears start coming out.
I don't even, I don't even know. You know what? When it comes to those mountains, the only thing I worry about if I ever go to the mountain would be a freaking snake. Okay, a poisonous snake just coming out and just biting your toe or biting your foot.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, but it was so cold. I'm not afraid of the snake, but what more dangerous is in the national park, they don't really have like the guardrail if it's not like a high tourist spot, So
Yeah.
basically you have snow, you have ice, but the best spot is to take photo is the one that doesn't have man-made stuff attached to things, and those are like really dangerous because if you miss or you slip, you have like 1,000 feet drop next in front of you, and you can't. And there's a sign that if you die from this, there's no responsibility from U.S. government.
you ever seen a UFO over there?
No,
Because
I see
would
moose
think-
though.
Oh,
I see a big
moose.
moose.
Yeah, moose all
A
the
big
time.
ass moose. Okay,
I can only imagine, but you
Yeah.
have never seen something weird on the sky, ever.
no, probably maybe a satellite. You never know, right?
You never know, but I do know that
Yeah.
around canyons, they've been saying lately that there's been a lot of stuff, especially the balloons that just showed up over there in Montana and ended up going to North Carolina. There's a couple balloons that ended up showing up. I think it was
But-
last month.
There were areas that there's a sign that said no civilian can go. It's like completely blocked up there, and I was like, and I wish I can go, but I don't want to get caught by U.S. Army.
Yeah. Allie,
I mean,
Allie over here.
You,
Ellie over here says the Twitter people are usually the ones that fall off the cliff, and I tell her the TikTok people also fall off the cliffs. You know those
Yep.
TikTokers that do TikTok, boom, just fall off. Over here, Chili Badger says, he says Chili Badger unidentified frying object. That's a good one. I really like it. Frying object. And by the way, shout out to Crappy Luxury. That remix, it's an amazing remix. Air fry that motherfucker. That was an amazing remix. And watch Nicholas's channel. I can't ever forget it. Baby Cows, another song, an amazing song. There's a lot of things that Watch Nicholas does. It's a hell of a job. He entertains all of us at night. Me and Swing Kangaroo and the Works Bear and everybody, everybody that's over there in the chat room. But I could also tell you, for the people watching, I usually end the show at 2 hours. So Swinging Kangaroo, yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I am probably gonna order some Chinese food. And because of yesterday, somebody said spring rolls in the chat room, and I got I think I'm going to get some spring rolls too. So I'm going to get some lo mein. I'm going to get some a chicken fried rice? And then, what is it, garlic chicken, I think it is, honey chicken. And then I'm going to get the spring rolls. Over here, Allie says, she means the TikTokers. Yes, Allie, the TikTokers. But yeah, Swing Kangaroo, you want to say anything to the people out there before we end this show? Maybe anybody to the watch community, anybody to the whiskey community, anybody out there that's watching, maybe anything you want to say?
Yeah. So I'll go this. Drink the whiskey. Don't just collect them, and wear your watches.
Hell yeah. That's a beautiful.
Don't be like my dad, okay? Just like I told him so many times that once it came out from the barrel, you cannot just plus whatever year that you put in your cabinet, okay? It doesn't work that way.
He puts them aside and he collects them, doesn't he?
Yeah, he collects them. He gets from clients and stuff, people giving him stuff, and then because he doesn't drink, so he give it away to people, and every time like people come to our home and they will look in the cabinet and it's like, oh, they drew over it, and I'm like, it's the same stuff that you can get at department store. What's the big deal?
He ain't gonna open it. Yeah.
And my friend and I, we just like snag a few out, and so we did some stupid stuff. So we tried to dilute it with the iced tea, so he doesn't know the bottle.
Damn. They've actually done that at the stores, and they've sold bottles like that to people. It's crazy with apple juice, crazy. But yeah, man, it's great to have you here. And I will say something for everybody watching. I always leave the last super chat on the screen before I end the show. One thing I want to tell each and every one of you, if you can, I recommend many of you to do this. I say this in every show. Okay, positivity is great. Positivity is contagious. As long as you're positive to somebody around you, your family, your friends, maybe even somebody in the grocery store, at the mall, wherever you go. If you're positive to somebody, it is contagious. And I will also say, put 1 hour in your day just for yourself, for you to relax. Just 1 hour. All it takes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever you feel. 1 hour in your day just for yourself to relax. I really recommend all of you to do that. And you'll see a change in your mood throughout the week if you do that. And for anybody that has been part of the show, we had Curly on here earlier. Thank you, Curly, earlier for the super chat. Anuj, thank you so much for the super chat. I see you, Edgar Romeo. Also, McLovin, thank you for the super chat earlier. I really appreciate it. And then the one and only, we had Swinging Kangaroo over here that's on the chat room here in the panel. Thank you for the super chat. And also, I will say, Curly, thank you so much. I will be tuning into the watch, JJ's Hangout show to see that beautiful watch of his. And cheers also to Tater Don. He's an amazing man. And that fucking photo at the avatar is amazing, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you, Watch Nicholas is here. I did drop the link in for him, for everybody to see his, if you can, roll up. You'll be able to subscribe to him. I want you all to know I really enjoyed all of you all here. And I will keep the last super chat on the screen for the end of the show. So anyways, for everybody watching, me and Swinging Kangaroo are out of here. I'll see you all in the next one. And for all of you watching, don't forget, positivity is very contagious. I'll see each and every one of you next time. See you, Edgar. See you, Tater Don. See you, Watch Nicholas. And see you, Chili Badger. See you, baby.